Chicago is a city with a sky full of bacon. But Texas is big sky beef country. Faulkner said that the past is never dead. It's not even past. Texas is a place where the past is not only not dead, it's open for lunch. You can't come to a small Texas town like Taylor, about 20 miles northeast of Austin, and not think of the great American novel and movie about small Texas towns. The last picture show captured towns like these on paper just as they were about to dry up and blow away. Now Taylor is a ghost town, a living link to the past.
Taylor's basically now a bedroom community, mainly because of Dell Computer and those some places there.
Whoops. Turns out Taylor didn't dry up and blow away after all. Towns have more lives than we do, and Austin's tech boom has made Taylor a hot real estate market again, and a popular lunchtime escape from the office. Taylor is home to some of Texas's best-known barbecue joints. In this sky full of bacon, we'll soak up the atmosphere of the most smoke-stained kitchen I've ever been in. And we'll sit a spell with a man who's been firing his pit up for 60 years. As we find out what's changed in Taylor and what hasn't yet.
My dad started back in '49, but I didn't find my way here till about '74. He came as he opened the first Safeway store in Taylor back in the mid-30s. Came here, he was manager here. And then right after the war, World War II, he bought a little red and white grocery store that's back behind us over here. It was probably no bigger than, it was smaller than this dining room, about half the size of this dining room. Had a pit in it, and it had the screen take off in the summertime, and then put the weatherproof screens in the wintertime, and that's all it was.
I'm from Cistern, Texas. I'm not from here, but I did come to Taylor in '46.
Oh, you worked at
Southside Market in '46 and '47, part of '48. I learned how to make sausage and egg in Southside Market, and then I make mine over here. Of course, I make mine a little different. Their sausage is good, but you know, they're good when you take them right off the pit, and they got a lot of grease in them. And I make mine a little leaner, where the grease won't run, you know.
What were most of the people who worked in Taylor doing then?
Mainly it was agricultural, although we at that time had the largest, what they considered bedding company in the United States, which it's down on second, or was, what's left of it's down on second, and it employed most of the people. Taylor at that time was in the 40s, mid-50s, was also the largest so-called inland cotton market in the world.
You see a lot of cotton pickers here. Come from South Texas, McAllen, up to it look like Mexico City. They have 15, 20, 30 big trucks. They come down to pick cotton and chop cotton. They had them all parked all over and across the track everywhere. And the streets was just like Mexico City. Yeah, there wasn't too many white, but we picked cotton too. We picked our cotton too, but then when they get a contract with a big truck of Mexico, you know, from McAllen, they go ahead and turn them in that field, clean them out. They pick it all up.
We use oak wood.
Okay.
Yes, sir. It's plentiful around here. It's what we started with, and it burns. It's a harder wood. It burns a little bit slower, and it has good flavor. Every different wood, every piece of, or different type of wood is going to have a different flavor, so you don't ever want to change your flavor of your meat.
How long does it take for you to make most of the thing, like a brisket?
4 to 6 hours of the temperature we use. Yes.
Okay. So you
Depends on the size.
You're here first thing and you just fire it up, or?
Fire it up, it's seasoned, and put it on, start working it. Yes, sir.
Now I noticed you have kind of a grittier rub. It seems like bigger pieces of cracked pepper.
Yes, sir. It's a 60 mesh pepper, a little bit coarser. Mix a little salt in there and then just rub it into it.
Okay, so it's just a simple rub like that?
Just that, yes, sir, and that's all we use. Okay. No basting, no marinating, anything else, or anything like that, just a straight dry rub.
I do the brisket myself, yeah. We trim them, and they take trimmings, make sausage out of it, and you don't ever turn the meat over or nothing like that. Used to turn, people couldn't leave it alone, but you don't ever turn it over. Because what happens if you turn it over, you got all your seasoning juice running down the drain. See? And if you trim it, if you season it and put it on a plate like it is, it's too fat. Well, then you got it done. I said, man, it's got too fat. I cut some of this thing. I got to trim this thing. That's too much fat. So what happens there? When you trim them, when you got them done, then you trim in all your seasoning too. See, you trim them first, season them, and put them like that, and then you got it.
I know some of the places can get kind of rough at night, but you're...
No, we cut off at, like I said, the latest we ever stayed open was 7, but, and we have beer for the customers to go with their food, but we don't,
It's not a beer place.
It's not a beer place, no.
Right.
In fact, they kind of discourage it.
Back in the old days, it was kind of a wild place.
This place?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That was a booger here. Man, it took me 3 years. 3 years to straighten it out. They get into a fight, hell, jump the counter, and you got into separate them or throw them out or whatever needs to be done. But first thing, you go up there, talk to them, and pat them on the back. Hell yeah, you don't want to go up there, pay. Take some money up to the city hall, put in your pocket, or if you got a knife, let me have that knife. And it was a way of talking to people. I had a lot of knives in my safe a lot of times. I said, you come get your knife tomorrow, I'll give it to you. You can have it. I don't need it. But I want to keep you from getting in jail or getting hurt. So just let me have them knives. You bet them, of course, they're drinking, out there. But some burgers getting pretty good around. One time I got in a fight with some Fort Hood soldiers. I think it was 3 of them. And I used to sell them straw head, kind of straw heads, like a Western straw head. And they get drinking. So he wanted one. I said, well, you're going to have to pay for this thing. They said, no, give me that. No, I ain't paying for nothing. Yeah, you're going to pay for it. It don't belong to you. You pay for it, you can have it. You don't pay, you ain't gonna have it. So he just kept on walking out the door. Me and him got into under the bridge there. I knocked that booger out. I got my straw head. He come back, apologized. I said, I never been hit so hard in my life. And I did hit hard. I used to box a little bit. Maybe I should have been a boxer instead of a barbecue man.
And I saw you keeping in shape with those briskets back there.
Oh yeah. At that time, wasn't anyway. The colored people, you had that double door over there. Used to live on that, go on that side, and the white and the Spanish people on this side. So that still wasn't anyway. So they stayed in the place. They didn't bother nobody. Yeah, I had two boxes. Yeah. When I'm going over there and one over there, they always get an argument. So I can't hear mine. I can't hear mine. I say, but one thing to do is take one of them damn things out, and that's the way you play what you want and you hear what you want to hear. That's the only way to solve the problem.
Yes, sir. What else today?
And chipotle sausage, please.
$4.88, one sauce. All right. What else, please, sir?
That'll do it.
Thank you.
Thank y'all. Y'all come back. Yes, sir.
Pretty well. That would pretty well describes it.
Then one old gal was, she was from some little island up there in New Zealand, or I don't know what they call it. Said, how you find it? He said, well, see the magazines, monthly magazine, and internet, and all that kind of stuff. You got it. So you found me, you got me.
Check out these recent episodes of Sky Full of Bacon at the website or on iTunes. And watch the blog for a new one in a few weeks.